Blue Jays fans, it is that time of year where spring training is upon us. Tomorrow afternoon at 1:07, down in Dunedin, Florida, the Blue Jays take on the New York Yankees in Game 1 of their spring training portion of the season. And let's be honest, as a Jays fan, this season, this organization right now is in a very weird spot. With Vladdy Guerrero Jr. not locked up, and from all that stuff we heard media-wise from Mark and Ross and Vladdy himself, doesn't look very good. With the future of Bo Bichette, we kind of have a feeling where that's going to end up. This upcoming season has very weird expectations. They've added some players. They bring in Max Scherzer. They bring in Anthony Santander. They bring in Jeff Hoffman to close for you. Bring back Jimmy Garcia. You've added some pretty good pieces. But the whole looming thing for Blue Jay fans is what the hell is going to happen to Vladdy Guerrero Jr. And I think the question was asked to Vladdy, is it close? Was the contract close? His answer was no. And then Mark and Ross, I can't remember which one said it, and he beat around the bush. Said, well, what is close? And we're like, oh, God. So, are we cooked? Is it done? Is Vladdy walking away? We pretty confident Bo's walking away. So is this the last year? Is this the 2015 for Alex Anthopoulos where it's like, screw it, trade everything and try and win right this year? Because it kind of feels like it. And it's a very dangerous spot to be in with the Blue Jays having pretty much no farm system. So I'm not going to do any of this stuff yet. I'm not going to go crazy into the upcoming season and whatnot because that's what the season preview is going to be about. We're going to hear... Look, I'll do what I usually do. Spring training stuff. I usually do a video once a week for you guys breaking down the past week's games. And I will be looking into... I try to do it on Sundays. I did that last year. I'm going to try and do it again this year every single Sunday leading up to the regular season starting. I believe the regular season's on a Tuesday, so if I do the video on the Sunday, you guys get a season preview Monday, and then boom goes the Dynamite. We're into the season on the Tuesday. I believe that's how it works this year. Let me actually confirm that right here and now for you guys. All right, scheduled time, spring training, and right at the end, we got Orioles at home. It's a Thursday, so forget that. It's a Sunday, the last game, so I'll probably do a video after that, so I'll make it Sundays, and then you'll get like a Tuesday season preview or something like that. That's going to be how it goes. All right? What we do know right now, though, we do know that Easton Lucas is going to be getting the start tomorrow against the Yankees, against Carlos Rodon in the first spring training game. And then in the second game, it is Yariel Rodriguez versus Garrett Crochet against the Red Sox. And I think the Bowden Francis looks like it's game 3. And where's Max Scherzer and Barrios are piggybacking in somewhere. So I think that might be on Friday. No, hold on a minute. Where are we? What day is today? I'm lost. Who cares? Bottom line, I'll be here to break it down throughout the entire spring training. But I want to see what you guys have to think. Because this video is not for me. All these previews and stuff, I'll give you what I'm feeling. But I want to get your thoughts in the comments below. How are you feeling going into this year? I'm at the point where I'm just like, I don't know what the direction is with this team. With the Leafs, you have a clear direction. You're trying to win now. So you're going to try and add. You're going to try and be great. With the Raptors, it's the complete opposite. You're trying to be bad. You're trying to get a great draft pick this year so you know what role you're going. We have no clue what this Blue Jays team is trying to do. We know they're probably a better team going into the year than they were last year. Fine. But you're not a World Series caliber team. You've got Vladdy and Bo in the last years of the deal. Clearly, you're far away in contract talks between Vladdy, and it's not close and doesn't look great at all. We haven't heard anything on Bo, so that's probably just, see you later. We all know what the free agents look like. You're losing Bassett at the end of the year. Gosman's, was he gone next year? Springer, a couple of years down. A lot is changing. So where is this team headed? No clue. So my last question for you guys before I wrap it up. I wanted to make a quick one on this. What are you looking for in spring training? We all know nothing really good happens in spring training and people get hurt and it's just the worst thing that can happen in spring. So what are you looking for in spring training? I think for me, there's a couple things. Obviously, the new faces, right? You want to see Anthony Santander. You want to see, of course, Max Scherzer in a Blue Jays uniform. You want to see Jeff Hoffman and what he's all about. Sure. But spring training isn't really for guys like that. It's not for Vladdy. It's not for Bo. It's not for Kirk. It's not for any of these guys. It's for the young guys to impress. So who am I looking at when it comes to spring training stuff that I'm excited to see? Well, one, obviously Jake Bloss, the key addition last year in the Kikuchi trade at the trade deadline. You want to see what he can do. Of course, bad news on the Adam Mako front. He went undergo knee surgery, so it was a torn meniscus. So just a tough luck for him, as he was basically right on the cusp of cracking the roster at some point. Looking at the offensive guys, Elvis Martinez obviously able to play. He could be an integral part this year. Will Wagner, Addison Barger apparently looks huge down there. So what's he going to bring this year? We'll see. Will guys take a next step? And who do I mean? Well, let me just rim off some young guys who had taste last year that you want to see more from. Like, what are you going to get from Kirk? Like, we all know where he's at. What are you going to get? What are you going to get from Kirky? Andres Jimenez. I forgot that guy even existed on this team. You want to see what he's all about. Young guys like Leo Jimenez or Elvis Martinez, Will Wagner, Barger, Jonathan Clase, Joey Loperfido. You want to see what these guys can bring to spring training, what they can bring to the team. Now, we've seen before, right? Addison Barger had a great spring training 2 years ago. Do we remember that one? Not really. I remember it because I'm a freak. So I look at the Barger stuff as like, okay, I want to see him take that next step. I want to see him hit the ball hard. I want to see a lot less chase. Joey Loperfido, my God, you need to see less chase from that guy. There's a lot of things you want to look at from these young players. I think the spring training is for the new faces and the young players. The regular guys, the Anthony Santana, the George Springers, the David Schneiders, the Dalton Varshos, who's not going to be playing, obviously, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, Alejandro Kirk, and all the regular pitchers. It doesn't really matter. It's just tune up for the regular season for those guys. So that's really what I'm looking for. I want to see what your guys' thoughts are down below. Let me know your thoughts. All right. So, guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you enjoyed the video and are excited for baseball to begin, let me put it that way. Hit the like button. Do appreciate that. The subscribe button. You guys not done so already. Comment down below your thoughts on the video, your thoughts on this upcoming spring training schedule for the Toronto Blue Jays. All your thoughts down below. Twitter, Discord, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is down below. So follow up there if you haven't done so already. And I will talk to you guys. Okay, Leafs edition tomorrow night, 7 o'clock puck drop. Leafs Hurricanes at Scotiabank Arena. Raptors at home against the Suns, 6 p.m. On Sunday. And as for the Blue Jays, I'll talk to you guys next Sunday. So not this upcoming Sunday, talking about the first two games. No, I'll leave it till next Sunday so we can talk about this past week's games, narratives that jump out, all that stuff, all right? So you know what, guys? Thank you so much for listening and watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and baseball being back. Talk to you guys then.